Pagan Playground book review. And this is another one on the pile of my quickie reads to kind of push my Goodreads list towards the end of my challenge. I think I have like 5 more to go. And this is Something About the Supernaturals, Witches and Wicca by Audrey Alexander. Let's see if I can find that particular, there we are. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect, especially when they gave this chick really pointy fingernails. I've seen that picture a lot. I think I have that in my Book of Shadows, or is going to be, or ready to be in my Book of Shadows. And this is from Eldorado Inc. Spells and incantations, initiations and secret rituals. Modern-day witchcraft is alive and well. In fact, the neo-pagan practices known as Wicca, from an Old English word for witch, is one of today's fastest-growing religions. Witches and Wicca provides historical information about the practice of witchcraft from ancient times to the present day. It examines the practices of witches both ancient and modern, and discusses how societies and Christian religious leaders came to fear the witches and attempted to eradicate the practice of witchcraft. From ancient amulets to current-day covens, Witches and Wicca provides information about the secrets of modern-day magic. And what's strange, it goes about the author is not a witch, so it's like, gotta make sure she had to say that. And it goes, her award-winning nonfiction has taken her to 1840s England, 1940s Amsterdam, and ancient Greece. She's lived in Massachusetts and various other places. So I was kind of like, okay. But, it does acknowledge the wider pagan community and not just Wicca. So, what's here is actually presented fairly well, even if it's not from somebody from within the world. And it does touch upon, it's a good overview of the practice, and it does touch upon sort of the things we've had to fight for and the things we're still trying to fight for as far as like equality, and how, prisoners aren't allowed things for like spell work, but at least now it's it acknowledged religion as far as Wicca itself is concerned. So there's pluses and there's minuses, and she does touch upon the sort of modern reality of that. It does go into a lot of info on celebrations like the Esbats and the Sabbats, so that was really kind of neat. And it's not done in like a jokingly way. It's done very seriously, so even if she's not a witch, she's done her research and knows what she's talking about, so I was very impressed with that. She does reference, especially in like the modern era, of how the image of the witches changed from like shows from like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and all that, but I'm surprised they didn't give one mention to Charmed. I liked that show, and especially having studied it, I can kind of pick out, okay, they kind of knew what they were doing. So I was sad that they didn't mention Charmed. This is also a good tool too if somebody is like bullying somebody for their religion, especially if somebody's being bullied because they're Wiccan, if that makes sense. Like, sit them down with this book and say, this is, the truth, this is what's going on, it's not evil. It's a good educational book for somebody that might try to do something like that. And it would be a great tool for anybody who wants to like introduce a younger person to Wicca and witchcraft. Like if you're a parent raising up a person. So, and not necessarily for teenagers, even the younger group. So, I was very impressed how well, it goes into the history, like I said, like prehistory, Salem, the different tools and symbols, and it doesn't, and it does actually have the principles of Wiccan belief in here, and then there's like a chronology, a tiny little glossary, internet resources, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. PaganWiccanAbout.com, National Geographic, www.cog.org is a place to get more information and read about the Covenant of the Goddess, one of the oldest Wiccan organizations in the United States. And this book was put out in fairly recently, I believe. 2015, so last year, so it's fairly up to date. In some of the chapters are New Orleans and voodoo, shamans, witch doctors, and alchemists. Then it does kind of delve off into the strange. Oh, no, I lied. This is other books in the series. Don't lie to me. This is the table of contents. Witchcraft on the Rise, Understanding Wicca, Modern Day Witches, A History of Witches. So, tiny book, but a lot of good, important information. So I do highly suggest this, especially if you have a younger little Wiccan in the world. Definitely worth a look. So, thank you for watching, and blessed be.